up, guys? It is TKO Smokey, and today I'm going to show you just a few setup techniques for learning how to get better at Supercross on MX bikes. Now, a lot of it has to do with bike setup, controller setup, and even the tracks that you start learning and crafting your skills on. If you want to know about some controller setups and mapping, I have a video already out for that. I'll link that at the top as well. And guys, if you've been finding these videos helpful, go down for me, smash that like button and subscribe. But on that note, let's get into this video. So I think a really good track to start learning Supercross on is the 2020 Detroit Supercross. And I think that because the whoop sections are a pretty decent size, but they're not so crazy that you're just gonna like fly over the handlebars every single time. You can actually learn how to get on top of them. There's a one or two rhythm sections on the track, and you can do different multiple rhythms, which is really important. Especially if you ever want to strive to enter in the Aerial ESX Championship Supercross Series, the PDMX Series, even the Backyard MX Series. And I'm going to just show you a couple of techniques and even some nice settings to start out with. So you can start out by using these settings, and the more you feel comfortable on your bike, the more you can adjust and play with it. But I think what I'm going to show you right here is a nice base setting for just learning a Supercross track. I will say that my friend Celdog, he has some really good suspension setups. So I'll even link his Discord in the description below as well. He helped me kind of get a nice base setting, I would say, when I first started learning the Supercross. And from there, I've kind of played around and kind of developed my own settings. I actually still have it under SD Factory, is what I call the setting, but you can name it whatever you want. So this is the default, and I'll just go to compare so you can see what I have compared to the stock setting on your bike. So if you're looking at the screen right now, the red right there is what comes stock. And I drop the fuel at your bike slider so you can kind of move around a little bit. Your bike's a little bit more nimble. Air pressure is pretty much stock. I dropped the rear pressure just a little bit. I feel like it maybe gives you a little bit more traction, but you can run stock as well. A lot of people will just run stock air pressure, but for me, I run stock in the front and I lower the air pressure just a tad bit in the back suspension. So the way I have my suspension set up, so this could be a little different depending on the bike you're riding. I'm on a Honda, but this general setup usually works pretty good for bikes all around. And the only difference you might encounter from brand to brand of your bike is maybe your drivetrain setup. So I go up a couple clicks on the spring, go up a few clicks on the bump, go down a little bit on the rebound. I keep my preload the same, and I definitely go up in. I add oil to my front forks. It's Supercross. You're gonna want to stiffen up your suspension a little bit. That is for sure. So let's see. I go up 2 on the springs right there. So stock is 52. I go 14 on the slow bump, like I do the bump on the top. Stock is 9 clicks, and I go a turn and a half for the fast bump, 4 on the rebound, and I keep 16 millimeters on the preload. Now this is just a nice all-around setup that you can implement on your bike right off the bat. And you gotta, just like anything, you gotta play around, you gotta get used to it. You can't go in and change it 5 minutes later. You gotta play it for 20, 30, maybe even an hour to get used to it. And once you start kind of feeling how your bike's gonna react, then you can start messing around. So I run stock gearing is 1348, and I run a 1350. I feel like on the Honda, a lot of the riders will do a 1350, or depending on the track, they might even run like a 1450, and that might be where you have a rhythm section where there is a really big rhythm that you have to hit, maybe a triple, maybe a quad, and you need that extra little top end to get over it. But I think 1350 is a really nice standard setup just to start off. We'll go over here to other. And so you can see that I've adjusted the geometry of the bike just a tad bit. Stock, again, stock is the red, so this is the stock setup. I'm rocking the 22 instead of the 21, the 4 instead of the 5, and the swing arm is a 1. I have it at a 2. A lot of people will keep it at 1. They think you can turn the bike a little easier. It's easier to turn, but I feel like when you're just starting out, now this is not for super advanced riders. Like super advanced riders, they can kind of ride fast no matter what their setting is because they've been playing the game a long time. They've had hundreds, thousands of hours into the game. This is for someone that's just now kind of feeling comfortable on the motocross tracks, and they want to just, dip their toes in the water a little bit with the Supercross. I always go up to 2. I used to do 1, but I feel like a longer swing arm keeps your bike a little bit more stable. I keep the rod length at a 143. I usually ride aggressive mapping. I started out at standard, but for this video, we'll do standard as well. And yeah, that's it. And we're going to get right into it. We'll go to test. And you can see you want your rear sag to be right around 100 millimeters. And we're at 99, so we're looking really good. And the front sag right at 60. And so we're right on the money right there. We got our race sag and our static sag. So you can see those settings right there. You can see the sag on the bike without a rider, and then the sag with the rider on it. You can compare them right there. So we're going to go back to the track. All right, so we're in the pits and we're about to pull out on the track, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it because you don't want to just sit here and watch me play Supercross the whole time. You actually want to get out there and just implement the things I'm going to talk about. And there's just going to be a few little things I'm going to show you, and that might help you just a little bit more in when you're trying to learn Supercross. So first of all, if you have it to where your rider in the game is automatically sitting and standing, you want to turn that off. You see down there on the right, my sitting and standing. That's all manual. I'm doing that on my own. So in Supercross, it's especially important because sometimes you have to seat balance if you're trying to hit a triple right out of a corner or after a small double. You'll want to sit down and then stand up going right off the face. So little things like that do matter. You're going to want to know how to pull the bike up and lean back like this. And basically what you're doing on the joysticks is to lean forward, you press the joysticks in the opposite direction. You'll want to pull your left joystick down and your right joystick up. And to lean back like that, you do the opposite. Your left joystick up and your right joystick down. So up, back. Like maybe if you want to get on top of the whoops and you're getting a little hucklebuck, you might want to pull back a little bit, or little things like that. And again, I do have a controller setup video tutorial, and so what I'm telling you right now with this might not be how you have your controller set up, but it's how I have mine. So leaning forward is the left joystick down and the right one up at the same time. And I'll just show you a little bit. Now we're not going to spend time shredding this track. I'm just going to show you just a little bit. And again, this is Detroit 2020, and this is a good just intro Supercross track. Wasn't exactly pretty, but you can see how I was using the pull feature. Little seat bounce over this triple. I'm gonna stand up coming into the short, and we're gonna shift up the fourth going into that whoop section. Downshift, sit down. So you have to be pretty comfortable with your controllers before you actually come into the Supercross. I mean, sometimes I'm just reacting so fast on the controller that I can't actually keep up with telling you. But the actual standing up and sitting down is a huge But I hope that helps you. If you have any questions about my settings or just the techniques that I'm using in this video, just let me know in the comments. And if I need to make another video on anything or anything like that, just let me know. I'm more than happy to post as many videos as it takes to help you guys out. And again, if you found this video helpful, please smash that like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We just hit 600, so I'm super pumped about that. And guys, until the next video, I'll see you next time.